A blessed day to all. In our devotion today, we will look at an event where faith is lived out as Jesus ministers to the people. First, let us read a passage from Mark chapter 5, verses 25 to 34. And there was a woman who had had a discharge of blood for 12 years, and who had suffered much under many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was no better, but rather grew worse. She had heard the reports about Jesus, and came up behind him in the crowd, and touched his garment. For she said, "If I touch even his garments, I will be made well." And immediately the flow of blood dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. And Jesus, perceiving in himself that power had gone out from him, immediately turned about in the crowd and said, "Who touched my garments?" And his disciples said to him, "You see the crowd pressing around you, and yet you say, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see who had done it. But the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came in fear and trembling, and fell down before him and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." My friends, it was her faith that singled her out. Jesus was touched by thousands of people. But up to this point, there was only one person singled out as having faith. This unnamed woman had spent everything she had on medical treatments, and her bleeding only became worse. Yet, when she heard Jesus was coming, she believed he could heal her. This indeed is great faith. After dozens of treatments, this woman had certainly given up hope. Sure, she might try the next treatment to come down the road, but she could have no confidence in it. More questions than solution, more doubt than confidence to be healed. She had learned by now that nothing was going to help. But when she heard Jesus was coming, she thought, "If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed." Mark 5:28. But wait a moment. What she did not say was this. She did not say, "If I touch his clothes, I might be healed." She did not say, "I might," but instead she said, "I will be healed." My friends, this woman was confident because she knew Jesus. This woman is a teacher of the fear of the Lord. She first listened to Jesus and saw what he did. Undoubtedly, she was amazed by what she heard and saw. But her amazement led her to have confidence that Jesus was indeed the Messiah, the Son of God. My friends, today, Jesus has called his disciples, his people, his followers to be his mouthpiece. Wherever we are, there will be a person who is as desperate as this woman in the Gospel of Mark. This passage is challenging us to respond in two ways. Well, first, as followers of Jesus, as ministers of Jesus, we are called mouthpiece of Jesus. Will the people around us see the truth that comes out from our mouth? That's a good question to ask. Are we walking our talk? And indeed, in this ministry in Open Doors, Words alone are empty. Action is indeed a confirmation of the faith we are sharing. According to Jesus, in the final judgment mentioned in Matthew 25, 35 to 36 and verse 40, "For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Allow me to add a little more emphasis. I was persecuted, and you visited me. I was persecuted, and you helped me. And Jesus answered, I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. So, my friends, that's the first challenge. Are we walking our talk? Are we walking our talk? Let us do so. That's the challenge James has for us. Second, if you are doubting, unsure of your present life, how do you respond when you read about the woman's faith? Are you astonished, or are they just another Sunday school lesson? My friends, allow this woman to let you see the Son of God in a new way, bigger than before. Then let her teach you further. Don't just stand there with your mouth open. Believe. Awe is good, but awe must lead us to faith, and faith must lead us to action. Faith must lead us to action. May the Word of God empower us to fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of our faith. God bless you all.